Hello and welcome everybody to Shopware Community Day 2026. I hope you enjoyed the opening keynote downstairs and you had a wonderful break, having some coffee, got caffeinated, and had some nice conversations already. Many of you, it delights me to see many of you that I know already and so much light on my face. And yeah, it's also very excited to get to so many more of you today throughout the day. We have a wonderful agenda and great speakers, experts. On my birthday last year, I got a journal. And the task is every day, this journal is asking you three questions, the three-question journal. One of the questions is about gratefulness. You know, it's something that I've been thinking about because every day I have to think about it and write it down, right? And that brought me also here because it's one of the events that I love to moderate. And also, just the human element is so valuable. This community at Shopware Community Day, as the name suggests, is so special for me. And I would like to start with thanking all of you for showing up today for honest conversations to learn something new about how to run your business and how to run everything much better, improve, get more efficient, but also question some stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about critical thinking, empathy, and all these things. The human element we will not forget. My name is Efe von Thenen, and I'm happy to be your host for the rest of the day. And, I thanked you, but also we are grateful for the Shopware team around Heike and everybody else that you don't see here that have done an incredible job putting this agenda together, bringing all of you here, making sure your badges are on point. Everything that they've done, thank you. Also, thanks to our sponsors, PayPal, Idealo, Klaviyo, and Molly for making this event possible. And also all of the Shopware partners and ecosystem, friends and partners. Happy to see you all here. Yeah, that being said, I was thinking about, I'm moderating the stage, so I gave myself the first slot. But before we move on to my slot, we have a QR code for the rest of the day. We're not just talking about AI. We have an AI-based translator. If you want to listen to me in your own language, feel free to scan this QR code and get a live translation as I speak. So that being said, yeah, I thought I'd give myself the first lot, walk you through some of the things that are changing, some of the things, interestingly enough, staying the same, the constant. And I tried to make a GTA version of myself, which wasn't really successful. I tried. Why do I have this for this presentation? You will find out throughout the presentation. Today, I would like to talk about the topic of finding and owning your narrative and how that ties into the whole AI and agentic topic, right? My name is Efe von Thenen, as I mentioned. I run a podcast called Besser werden, which roughly translates to becoming better in in English. And many of you know me also from the past, many engagements on stage in the ecom world, doing the opening keynotes at Ecom Berlin and other ecom events. I have had the immense privilege to have talked to more than 100 multiplicators and business leaders, and what they're telling me between the lines got stuck with me. And it made me question some of the things we blindly go into, especially in this day and age where we have so much disruption and change going on. So I hope this presentation will work as kind of a facilitator in this change for you and help you navigate this change. So what am I going to talk about today? We're going to talk about narrative. We're going to talk about purpose. And also trust. Because over the last 8 months, when I was running the Best of Ed interviews, I noticed trust is eroding somehow. There's so much noise out there. There was always noise. As Steve Jobs even said back then, it's a busy world, right? But it feels much more. There's so much AI generated content also. It feels like everything is becoming so linear. Also, it's a world. I found this GIF or GIF, whatever it's called. It's in German, but the person is asking the AI bot, "Can I eat this mushroom?" And the AI bot is like, "Yeah." And then after he dies from it, the bot says, "Oh, you're right. It was poisonous indeed. Would you like to find out more about mushrooms?" So responsibility is an important topic right now. Many of us have looked at ChatGPT November 2022, and it was a tool that was very exciting. AI is nothing new, but the tool hit millions of people at an unprecedented rate. And when you look at this, the military spend of 32 NATO countries, humongous developed nations, and then you see AI spend from four big tech corporations: Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. It's half of the military spending. That's huge. That's not just a tool that we're just going to use it. That's not just a chatbot. That is infrastructure. AI is becoming infrastructure, and it has an impact on all of our lives for the rest of the time. You can imagine it like electricity, computer, internet. If I were to ask you, how many of you use electricity, everyone would raise a hand. If I were to ask you how many of you are computer experts, probably no one would say I am a computer expert. But right now, there are a lot of AI experts out there because we're in this disruption. You know what I'm saying? This is a change we have to navigate. So as I always do, I took a look at, I'm an advisor for the Ecommerce database, ECDB, which is a spin-off of Statista. And each year we have lots of reports looking at the development of the global and local markets. As we have predicted, the e-com revenue for 2026 is around 5.3 trillion US dollars. And it's after the shaky Corona time, you see that it's a normalizing growth for the last 3 years. This is with inflation and everything included, so this is the expected growth, 8.6%. It's not little, but when you look at the details, how this is concentrated, you notice the top 3 countries, China, US, and Britain, and also top 3 companies. Pinduoduo is the company behind Temu, TikTok, and Amazon. They get a gigantic share from that growth. So that means differentiation will be more important than ever. I've 2 little kids. They're wonderful. And those of you who know me know that I'm a very passionate father. So I took them to IKEA a couple days ago, and people even told me, "Efe, on a Saturday, going to IKEA? Are you crazy?" But you know what? As you see on the picture, even my sons notice, like, "Daddy, why is IKEA empty on a Saturday?" As a matter of fact, when you look at retail stores right now, there's a lot going on in terms of Decathlon and MediaMarkt. They're trying so hard to offer experiences to bring people, "Hey, you want to test this?" In comparison, perhaps the once exciting journey when you go into IKEA and get your hot dog at the end is no longer so sexy. Why is this happening? Many of the consumers, we have an immense shift in consumer consumption right now. There's an unprecedented shift. Right now, what we're seeing is a shift in traffic. As a matter of fact, according to an ECDB projection, until 2029, 64% of all searches will overtake, like AI traffic will overtake traditional search. And right now, as we speak, 77% of all mobile searches are zero-click searches. That means The person got their answer. There's not a single click going to the website behind the information. What does that do? The good news is for ecom, the AI conversion rate is incredibly higher than traditional sources. For example, if you would do an email campaign, you could get about roughly 4% of conversion rate. If you would have a customer coming through ChatGPT, the likelihood is double the amount, or maybe threefold. So we are experiencing, everyone is talking about agentic, right? We're experiencing a shift in traffic for now. Discovery. But in the future, we will have a shift in control. And when I look at events and when I look at presentations, everyone is pretending the machines are going to take over the decision making. So I wanted to give you a reality check from my perspective, what the heck is going on right now and what is going to happen later on in the future. So AI-assisted discovery is where we are right now, as you see the little symbol. You search for you want to buy a product. AI does the search, compares, and shortlists the product so your decision-making is easier. It does some filtering for you, so to speak. What's coming next is the stage where you would buy perhaps Bluetooth headphones. So all the comparison and everything would be done, and you would just land in the checkout. You would still take the decision yourself. Later, the third stage is autonomous restocking. Let's say you have a dog, and this pet needs constant nurturing. I mean, like you need to buy pet food on a regular basis. So there's going to be the stage where AI selects the retailer, price and timing, and then you can just decide on the budget. And then we end up in the fourth stage, fully delegated shopping, where AI manages shopping, for example, your household expenses within the time frame, within the main frame of budget. It will just take care of it for you. But all of this, I want to highlight one thing. All of this is not happening, even at the fourth stage. This is not going to happen independent of humans and their values and what they stand for. And this is one of the things I want to highlight today, especially at a time when everyone feels like, what the heck is going on with the machines? Are they going to take over? There's an erosion of trust in this disruptive time. I think we need architects and not decorators. This is something that was told to me by Robin Karakash, former vice president of Mozilla Firefox, a browser that many of you have used, and also an advisor to my company, Besaved. Oh, I guess he decided to call me. Okay, let's pick it up. Whoop.
Hi, Efe.
Hi,
How
Robin.
are you?
I'm
Oh,
good.
I see you're at this conference. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Robin, you'd be surprised, but we're talking about narratives. Your
Well,
topic.
hey there. Hey, everyone. That's a great topic. I think narrative, as
No.
you know, is my specialty, and I talk about this all day long. So, owning your narrative, everyone, in times of disruption and craziness, is the thing, right? That's very, very important to think about, especially in the e-commerce sector. Like, how do you stay distinct with technology streamlining and so many different competitors coming into the market? What's your customer promise in the future, and how do you make sure that you compete beyond just prices? And I think being very clear, not only what you offer, but how you position that and how you tell that story is super important. So great topic. And sorry for the interruption. Bye, everyone.
It's okay, Robin. When you call, you know that I will always pick up, right? I guess you get the point. This is coming from a person that really built a narrative for a product that had whereby millions of people interacted with this brand on a daily basis. I think many of you know Rick Rubin. He was even at the OMR, maybe last year or the year before. I love him because he's very creative and he really is not afraid of expressing himself to be different. And I think in this time where there's so much noise, we all need to make room for creativity and divergence. He says the world isn't waiting for more of the same. It is waiting for the unique expression you have to offer. And within the Besserwerden community of multiplicators and business leaders, we also have a hacker. His name is Ralph Echemendia. He's the ethical hacker of Hollywood. Ralph told me, Efe, every wave of technology promises efficiency, but efficiency was never what people bought. They buy trust, and no amount of AI can automate that. Surprise! Ralph is calling us. Shall we pick up? Let's do it.
F, my brother. What's going on, my man?
Ralph, happy to
Where are you?
see you. We're at the Shopware Community Day in Köln, Germany. Yeah, and we're talking about trust, actually, your topic.
Wow, man. Look at you on stage at Shopware Community Day. Wow, interesting. And you're talking about trust out of all things. I
Yeah.
love that, man. Look, timing couldn't be better. As you know, hacking has been my career, and I've had to deal with and think about this deeply. This word that we're talking about, trust here. Um, for everyone out there who doesn't know me, my name is Ralph Echemendia. I'm known as the ethical hacker. I'm also known as the Hollywood hacker because I've done a lot of work with Hollywood on TV shows and films like Mr. Robot and Snowden. And I spent my entire life basically dealing with this issue of trust. In fact, cybersecurity is really about trust more than anything else. And, we need to talk about the elephant in the room here, right? Which is AI. Now, think about it. We spent decades building firewalls and all kinds of different technologies, application layer this and, 0-day that, and all these different things to protect data. But now with artificial intelligence, we're not just protecting data anymore. Think about it. We have to protect truth. Uh, AI is in fact quite amazing, and it is the ultimate amplifier, I'd have to say, but it is in fact also a black box. The second you have an algorithm that is choosing and deciding how you're going to run your business or what your customers are going to see, this isn't just running software anymore. Let's be honest. You're now extending faith to a machine. If trust isn't just a matter of being a corporate value anymore. It is in fact the ultimate security protocol, I would say. If trust breaks, truth breaks, and then the entire infrastructure collapses. So question everything, okay? And protect what's real. Okay, stay safe, and I'll catch you soon. I'll catch you later, Evan. Thank you, brother. Talk to you soon.
I love you. How many of you agree with Ralph that we have to question stuff? And I mean, let's be real. People buy trust, and trust begins with you. The question is, since 9 months at Besserwerden, I've interviewed people that open themselves in a way that they've never done before and told me stories that they've never told anyone before. And I realized something. Almost all of us were yearning for purpose. We're yearning to be our true selves. It seems so many of us, we want to take a flight to ourselves, board that plane to ourselves, and find out who the heck we are and why we're here. And the industry is seeing that too. Especially with the younger generation, it's default for them that you show yourself more. Who are you without your title? This brings me back to my point with the GTA image at the beginning. I heard GTA 6 is coming in November. I'm really looking forward to it. I have to play it. It's pretty violent, so I have to play it when my kids are sleeping. But, there are a lot of NPCs. Anyone knows what this word means, NPC? NPC is a non-player character. So in computer games, it's those peons that just walk around without any soul. They only do what they're supposed to do. They just walk into the target, and if you poke them, they will do whatever they were told to do. They don't question the system. They don't think outside the box. If you're an NPC, and many humans are living this life too, they never question things. They just live on in the frame that was given to them by the system. I think in e-commerce, especially, if you're a main character, if you stand for values, if you have a value system, if you show it to the world, people can trust you more because they know you're not bullshitting them or you're not an NPC. And this brings us back to Robin's point. Have your narrative, because if you have a narrative, own it, then you're no longer an NPC. You're the main character. I would like to, for the rest of the day, when we talk about technology, I'd like to encourage everyone to think about critical thinking, responsibility, and room for creativity and dreams. Because that's, I think, the differentiating factor and the competitive edge. I see so many executives, very smart people, having the greatest thoughts, and then they just go to their chatbot to have these wonderful, individual, unique thoughts that are not perfect, perhaps grammatically, to turn them into linear thinking, boring texts. As a matter of fact, Edwin Disdarich, from former performance marketing leader from Snox, I was on the phone with him. He said to me, Efe, 46% of all Claude answers are yes answers, although it shouldn't be saying yes to you. Stop thinking that these bots are so intelligent. It's artificial intelligence. It's a technology we work with. It's not perfect. You please, for the love of God, use your actual intelligence. And I'm not just saying that myself. There's proof from the industry that we are currently experiencing the rise of purpose brands. Pumpkin Organics. With them, I will be talking on stage at K5. And we have investors from Pumpkin on site. Sven Rittau is one of them. Why are these investors believing in a company that is very ambitious, very idealistic, and maybe 10 years ago, no one would have thought this is possible? What Pumpkin does is they revolutionize food for kids. And investors are believed to only look at KPIs, right? But I met the investors. Wolke Hagenbart, a famous artist in Germany, she even told me, Efe, my values are so important to me that I believe in reward of trust. I trust Jacqueline. She'll do the right things. And this makes all the difference. And none of this is a KPI-based approach. It's value-based. Same thing for Pets Deli. Tanya Moser, she went into this company that was dead in water, insolvents, like bankruptcy, and she built it from scratch. And she told me in the podcast, she would cry between meetings and then put on makeup, but she knew it was a passionate purpose, so she kept going. I think we have to trust these leaders, even if they're small. Also, Belong Cosmetics, they just founded the company, but I will support them forever because I believe that they're doing something great. Yulia has had tongue cancer, and she had no way of putting a cream on her face because her face was so destroyed from all these screenings, chemotherapy and stuff. So she had to use foot cream on her face. And she said, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm gonna change it. And we all believe in her, and we will make her successful. That's, for me, the rise of purpose brands. And I truly believe with all my body cells that this will be the future in a world of complete noise and full of linear things. I want to give you 4 key takeaways to take with you for the rest of the day. You want to be ready for the agentic future? think about your data and infrastructure readiness. So when the technology disrupts, you're ready to employ that. Think of your purpose. Do you have a purpose? Do you have a narrative? Or do you just have a landing page on your website that was built 10 years ago and no one even read it? Less is more. Don't be an NPC. Establish trust, and believe me, it will serve you. The reward of trust. And be able to leverage large platforms. We've seen the consolidation of the market. Are you able to work with marketplaces? And no, you will have no contact to these customers. You will lose control, but maybe, fourth point, maybe you can balance between reach because of the benefits and still having an ownership. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. And there's a QR code. I love to give presents. And there's a QR code. If you scan this and leave your name and email, I will send you an ECDB report. I just showed you the tip of the iceberg. We have so much data. And I will add you to our exclusive community at Besserwerden so that you can get nonlinear thoughts from us, and also thoughts from experts like Ralph Ekemendia and Robin Karakash. And yeah, you will get a freebie from me when you sign up for it. Thank you so much. I will leave that for the coffee and networking break. For the next 15 minutes, we're gonna have some conversations, enjoy the coffee, and I'll see you in 15 minutes for the next session. Thank you, everyone.